name is Darla, and today I'm here with Jason.
Hola.
And he's gonna talk about this beautiful bike he has here.
This one is 86 1100 Sportster. I got off a dude. I traded him a welder for it. So, pretty much nothing. Yeah. I don't know. Built it in like 3 months just to see how fast and how cheap I could do it, and how much one-off parts I could use.
This, like how it looks right now, you did in 3 months?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Paint, chopped the whole back end. The transmission was blown out of it, so I had to do some custom work to that. It's got some handmade parts even in the motor. But parts that I've made for it, yeah, fucking everything. Everything.
Tell me about the grips and like the reoccurring pattern that you have.
Oh,
How do you do that?
those I was making knives a while ago, and I found some like cool material to do it. There's actually a couple other dudes who use that same material that sell it. I don't really sell them, but just for my bikes, I make, kind of found it. It works great, doesn't fucking break. One of my other bikes, I accidentally ran into a dude's car and it didn't chip, so I kept using it. It's kind of like a plasticky material, but it looks fucking awesome. And one thing that I really fucking hate is looking like everybody else. So
no, yeah, it's definitely different. I haven't seen anything like that. And then I like that you just kept the theme going on all the little pieces.
Yeah, foot pegs, covers, the starter switch. I stole the idea from Prism Supply, but I couldn't afford it, so I just made that too, and then put the knob on it. If I could, I'd probably do every bike purple. So.
Is your favorite color?
Fuck yeah.
Nice. I like it. You said that you painted it yourself?
Yep. That one, I kind of like, the paint's not perfect, but it came out pretty good. I had to rush and get it done a week before the NorCal Chopper show. Put the whole bike together and get it running. Like, basically had 2 days to do that. Wanted to do like a lava lamp effect on it, and it kind of came out all right. The airbrushing.
That's what I thought when I saw it was lava. So
perfect.
I think you nailed it.
The pinstriping, that was the first time I've ever done that. It's a little fucked up too, but I like the way it came out.
What about like the exhausts and the sissy bar?
The sissy bar, most of the time I use a lot of stainless steel to make stuff because I can't afford chrome. So those are all handmade. The lights out of like a Prism Supply part. Other than that, the housing, all of that's handmade. Handlebars I made last week because I didn't like the ones that were on it earlier. Shaved the front end. The pipes, I really like those. Slip-ons on the end with the little fucking flappy thing. So I had to use those. Had to be upsweep. That's kind of how I like to have all of them. The chain mount was just because I was too lazy to make a fucking actual bracket, so I just welded the chain together on there.
I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
It came out really good. The other chain is just sitting on there. I just did that because it looked cool.
I mean, now it's like cohesive.
Yeah, works together.
Ties it together.
Like the air cover, I made that. Actually melted down parts of a Honda engine to get the aluminum so I could cut it. So that's fuck Honda. And the oil tank, I made that too, just because I couldn't afford one. So all in total, this bike was pretty much built from swap parts, mostly handmade parts for about $3,000 at most.
Did you make your seat too?
Yeah, I made the seat too. Although I'm gonna have somebody else redo that because it's fucking not comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never made a seat before, so that's definitely one of the things I plan on probably just buying for my bike.
I'm not good at it either. Stitching's probably gonna tear after the next, 20 rides. there's almost no padding in there, so it kind of just feels like you're sitting on a fender.
Okay.
But it's not bad.
I know that you said you're just going pretty much as affordable as possible. Did you have like a certain budget for this, or you were just?
It was pretty much just to see how cheap I could do it. You know, there's certain things you can't avoid buying. Eventually, I will start making my own pipes, but to get them nice and shiny, I just ordered Palcos and then chopped the ends off and to put the slip-ons on. You know, you do the chain conversion. Even though this one originally was chain, for some reason the dude had a belt drive on it, so I had to put a chain back on it. And starter was fucked up, had to replace that, and that's kind of where the cost, you know, goes up. Fenders and tank. That one I didn't make, that fender I didn't make, but that was just because we were running out of time. Otherwise I probably would have made that too. And yeah, a lot of it's from the swap meet too. The front end was, I think these are off a Softail from Arlen Nest. But they were like brand new and it looked awesome on this, so I had to make a new front axle to actually work with it. But yeah.
How did you like get into building bikes?
Being broke. Like kind of having just a part-time job, needing to get to work. I ended up like getting a Virago, like a 1980 Virago that didn't run because it was only like $400. And started working on that, realized that like I'm actually good with my hands. I might not be able to read, but I can fucking build an engine. I probably built like 20 or 30 mini bikes too along the way. You know, drift trikes and stuff like that. You know, and doing all the custom stuff is just, I've been an artist, a tattoo artist, a painter, graffiti artist, all that. And it kind of realized I really like working with the metal more, so yeah.
That's cool. So like, how many years would you say you've been like fucking around building bikes?
Probably like 10 years now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Try to at least build one new one a year now. And then helping a lot of people. That's kind of what I focus on a lot, is trying to help other people with their bike builds, teaching people how to do a lot of what I do. Just because it's kind of like a dying form, especially here in Northern California. There's really no, you know, very few and far between, at least it feels like for me. Unless you know, at the swap meet, there's a ton of people. But whenever I started building bikes, I reached out for help a lot and got nothing. You know, kind of everybody was either like, I can't do that because then I lose money or something like that. So I kind of want to change that and go back to the way things used to be, where you just, somebody needs help or wants a fucking part, you help them make a part.
Yeah.
You know, they want to help rebuilding a motor, just help them rebuild a motor. You know, teach them all the shit that I had to learn alone through a lot of fucking failure.
No, that's how it should be. Definitely. Yeah. And that's kind of like a part of what our channel is like all the people that are out here like building or riding choppers and stuff that no one knows about. We're like kind of just bringing like Northern California out to the public, trying to highlight people like you, pretty much.
Yeah, watching your videos, I didn't realize there was some of those people were even that close, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think we could get together a lot more, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Do more like, I don't know.
Group rides and events and stuff. Probably. Yeah.
One of the kind of aspirations I have in the future is just to like open up a shop where you could rent lifts and we can kind of just have people come in, work on their projects there, help them with what they need to do. But I should probably buy a bigger garage first. Pretty full. I mean, I'm fucking got 12 bikes in here and I'm still building another one. And then after that, it's probably another one. And,
what do you think is, or do you already know what you're doing next right now? Like,
yeah, that one is going to be full molded frame. I'm gonna try to do some new stuff with it. Try to run it batteryless. I want to try to figure out how to get rid of the oil tank and really step outside the box with that one. I really love like the old full molded frames from like the 60s. So that's kind of where I'm gonna go with that. Do like all the metal work, which I don't know how to do. So, you know, more shit to learn. And the Springer forks over there, I just designed and made those over the past few months.
Holy shit,
to go on it. Yeah. They're about 5 feet tall. So, but the rake on that's like 60 degrees or something. I didn't even check. So, yeah.
I always see, like on Instagram, bikes that have like really long rakes, but I don't think I've ever actually seen one in person? Where someone was like riding it. So
well,
I'm like,
hopefully that one will be done for the NorCal Chopper Show in September. So.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's
shit, if you're out here busting out stuff like this in 3 months, I mean,
that one's gonna probably take a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But you know, after I get a couple more projects out of the way, I'll buckle down on that one. Usually it kind of gets like right to the last minute of the, you know, time I have to build it that I get it done.
Oh, nice. Are you said like you don't make stuff like that for sale, you just kind of do it for yourself, or do you like offer services for like fabrication, or what exactly is like your business aspect?
Kind of like want to stick to, I do sell these. I make, you know, handlebars and I sell those. I make one-off parts basically, you know, and I'm more than happy if somebody needs help like making something. As long as it's a cool idea, I'm happy to do it. You know, a lot of, as long as it's not the same thing as the next guy.
Yeah.
You know? Even if it's slightly looks the same, you know, we could do a different material, change it up a little bit. I just don't like everything looking the same. But other than that, I'm more than happy to help people make shit.
I might be hitting you up for some things I have in mind for my build. I just got fuck yeah, the ice cream man's coming. We'll be back after this interruption. Where was I? Anyways, I just got
good fucking ice cream.
I know, right? I got a 84 Evo that I'm gonna.
Did you get the transmission with it?
Yep.
Can I have it?
No.
I'll trade you. I got a better one right there.
It's a 4-speed kicker already, so.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want it.
No.
All right.
But I do want like to throw in like maybe on like the gas cap and like little things like little Playboy bunnies somehow incorporated with it.
That's easy enough.
My bike's gonna be like a baby blue with white.
I think that's kind of how we're doing my wife's next bike, something like that.
Yeah, so I might be hitting you up.
Yeah, fuck yeah, let's make some parts.
Yeah, I'll
That's kind of like, I don't know. That's my favorite thing to do is just make something that I haven't seen. You know, make your own shit.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it.
That way it's one of a kind.
Yeah. That's probably be the number one message is, you know, anybody can do this shit. I can fucking do it. You can do it.
I guess just like some of the equipment would be like the hardest part to obtain, but.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff's pretty cheap too. I think I stole that from one shop. That lathe I bought off an old dude for like a couple $100, you know, but really you don't, I mean, you might want a drill press, but other than that, you don't even need that stuff. A welder and a grinder is kind of like really all you need.
Is that what you started with?
I didn't even start with a grinder. I had a hand file like an idiot. Yeah, so I started with nothing, no knowledge. Didn't really learn anything in school. Kind of just like got tired of being drunk and fucked up all the time and wanted to ride something, you know. There's a lot of reasons why I started doing this, but yeah, broke, drunk, and kind of tired of it.
And it's like an outlet for your creativity.
Yeah. you know, I like once I got into Harleys, it kind of changed everything. You know, learn to have a lot more self-respect for yourself whenever you can actually build something like that. I don't know. I've always got probably 5 or 6 projects in my head of other bikes I want to do. I want to try to step out a little bit and do maybe like a lowrider softail, um, do like a dirt bike sportster. Uh, you know, if I could ever find another shovel head or pan head, you know, for a reasonable price, I'm very cheap. I won't spend more than $1,000 on really anything.
Yeah,
So
shovel head. That's why I got an Evo, because I was trying
yeah,
to find a shovel head for like 4,000,
no.
and it was not.
I mean, personally, I prefer the Evos, you know, but a shovel head looks cool, and you know, I prefer the Sportsters and the Evos because they're just cheaper. And I think kind of the way to build a chopper is to do it as cheap as possible. Don't pay somebody else to build your bike. You know, learn how to do it yourself. You'll know better too whenever it breaks down, like what's wrong with it because you fucking built it.
Have you been putting the bikes into like shows? Because I know you mentioned this one, you try to get it done
Yeah.
for that one, but like
Both these two have been at the NorCal Chopper Show. That one I built for their first time. I don't really get a lot of time off of work, so I can't travel a whole lot, but you know, I would like to do bigger shows like Born Free or any of those, you know, but unless I get invited, I'm not taking the time off of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can do some bigger shows. I think with this one, stepping out of the box more will kind of help me get there. You know, I like doing the shows. I like competition. I like showing off. It's fun.
As you should. You got a nice, you got quite, yeah, a very diverse collection going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It definitely doesn't have to be Harley. You know?
No, yeah. And that's what we're trying to do too. Like most of the people we've interviewed, a lot of shovel heads. But
yeah, it is mostly shovel heads.
That's just, it wasn't planned that way. It just kind of like happened that way. But we're trying to like interview all types of, any type of chopper that people have.
I kind of think
people that build.
Like people kind of think it has to be an old Harley, and it definitely doesn't. You know,
Yeah.
I've got that Dyna. Eventually, that thing is going to be chopped to shit too. The only thing, except for the M8s, not a big fan of the M8s. Those I probably won't mess with. They're really fucking shitty to work on.
Yeah.
You know, I prefer carbureted bikes. Something sounds better, much easier to fix. It breaks down, you can probably fix it on the road. Fuel injected, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So I get the appeal of the older bikes, but it doesn't have to be a fucking shovel head or a pan head. Sportster is probably the way to go. They're fucking faster, much easier, and cheaper.
Easier to find parts too.
Absolutely. Easier to make parts too, like the whole lever systems, all of that. I made that by hand, you know. It's not complicated. You know.
Well, thank you so much for having us over to come see your bikes.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it. Any last words you'd like to share with the people on the internet?
Just build your own shit or have a buddy help you. Don't fucking pay other people to build your bikes.
There you go, you heard it here first. And make sure to stay tuned next week for another video. And drop a comment, be a real one. Peace.